What's up, YouTube? It's been a little while. Pewsily here. I've got another deck update for you. So for the past couple of weeks, really, I've been running more random things, and this week again it was Vayu Turbo. So I'm going to quickly run through it with you. And I came first after the Swiss in my locals tournament, so the deck definitely works. It's quite fun to run as well. So I'll quickly run through it with you. So start off, you got your big boss monster, Dark Armed Dragon. He's always amazing. And the main sort of engine guy of the deck is Triple Dark Grepher. So this guy is awesome because he's going to get rid of any dead cards in your hand. So if you draw into Vayu, it tends to be pretty crap, but you can obviously ditch it and send a Sirocco as well. So he's pretty awesome. He's not the main, like he's not mandatory. You don't have to use him. I mean, if your opponent solemn warnings him, then just laugh at them. But you know, there's that guy. He's also brilliant for setting up Dark Armed plays. But Armageddon Knight, again in triple, same with the Grepher. More engine, just power through your deck. This guy obviously only dumps one, so he's not as much, can't do as much as Grepher, but he gets under bottomless. Your opponent will never solemn warning him, and if you're attacking with him, your opponent will never stop it. I won 2 games because of this guy, just because my opponent just refused to waste a Mirror Force sort of 1/4 beater. So you got these sort of win condition you guy here, these 6 to dump things, and what you're going to be dumping is 3 Sirocco and 3 Vayu. So Vayu's great because he's just +1 instant. Drops an effectless 2300 beater with Sirocco on the field, or you can use it with your dead armed wings as well. What I like to do is drop 2 Vayus and a Sirocco, so your opponent has to waste resources getting rid of the armed wing you get out, only to then have to waste even more resources to get rid of the Armor Master that you're going to then get out afterwards. So this is the core of the deck, triple of everything that you need. You don't get dead hands a lot, surprisingly, because Sirocco is not really dead in your hand. He's a big beater that you can use. Vayu and Necro Gardener, which is also in there, really the only things you don't want in your hand, and you can Icarus them away and stuff like that. So that's sort of the core of it. Moving on. More decent things to drop are Plague Spreader and Necro. Plague Spreader, almost the sole use that I have for him is to go into Dark End Dragon, because obviously your Blackwing Synchro things are dark, so that's just going to get rid of any massive threats. You can also go into level 6s with your Dark Greffers and Armageddon Knights, and 7 with Sirocco, which happened once. So, and Necro Gardener I use primarily if I've got a couple of things that I want to ditch with Grepher in my hand. So I'll ditch one thing to send Necro Gardener, so they've definitely got Dark Grepher for next turn to use. At this point, most people run Dark Card Trooper. I decided against it. I mean, the draw with Card Trooper is good, but you don't really need it. The deck's consistent enough to not need to draw loads. So I went with Ryko. So just purely because big things on the field are much more of a threat than needing to draw more. So that's personal choice, and you don't need to mill a lot either, because there's only sort of 3 Vayus, 3 Siroccos, Necro, and Plague Spreader. You don't need to mill loads. Just like I said, big things are a problem usually if you can't quickly get over them. So Gale makes everything instantly really small, and it gives you access to Armor Master with an effect, and Black Rose Dragon to reset the field. So it's awesomely flexible. And teched in 2 Spirit Reapers, just because, same again, big monsters can be a pain. So this stops them, it slows down, and just for this sort of 6 Samurai matchup, really. Slow them down. They'll struggle to get over that unless they can get a handle on Mizuo. And most decks nowadays aren't even running Mizuo. So, moving on, we've now got even more engine. These stuff, deck thin. So, grab Dark Grepher, grab Dark Grepher, grab Dark Grepher, send Vayu or Sirocco, whichever one you need. So, even more deck thinning, which is then going to even further increase your chances of getting things. My brother has sunburn. So, there we go. Moving on. It's Vayu Turbo, so you got to return from the from the different dimension. It's just awesome. Lets you keep using your Vayus and give you more bullets with Dark Armed as well, which is pro. And moving on, you've got Staples and maining double MST. Haven't mained double MST in a while, just because it wasn't really that good. Hang on. better. So yeah, but it's even better now because of Dragunities. You chain it to the activation of the what's it called, Ravine, and then +1 straight away. Fun. And the real strength of the deck comes from the back row. It's incredibly flexible defensive card. So double Solemn Warning with double Bottomless, with Torrential and Royal Oppression. So straight there, 6 cards where their sole purpose is to stop summons. So I mean, I've said it loads of times already, but big monsters tend to be the threat, and you've got 6 traps that stop it. You've got monsters that get over it, and you've got spells that get over it as well. So neutralising the threat before it becomes a threat, really. And then double Icarus attack, sort of iffy about, but they do work. You turn them into +1s by chaining them to things, and again, get rid of big monsters, get rid of pesky back rows, and then you've got Mirror Force and Solemn Judgment, just to be a bit more controlling. So that was the deck. I went 4-1 in the Swiss, so I lost in the end, and basically lost because I couldn't be bothered to play anymore. So I was guaranteed top cut, so we sort of played open handing, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, it's just unreally consistent, just because purely you've got 2 Pot of Dualities, 1 Allure of Darkness, 1 Reinforcements to the army, 3 Dark Greffers, and 3 Armageddon Knights. You are going to open with one of those, and it's going to get you one of those warriors, so you can start deck thinning, and once you start deck thinning, the deck just sort of picks up pace from there. Your first couple of turns you don't really do a lot, but then after that you just make sort of progressively more explosive plays. You got to learn to play it. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty difficult, just because you can't just go full on straight away. You can't expect to sort of turn 2 or 3 go herp derp, use all my Vayus, go for game. Sometimes you have to, but that's not going to win you all the games. You have to be careful. You have to really struggle and push for those +1s everywhere that you can. So that's what I did, and it won it for me, so there we go. Next week though, Hidden Arsenal is legal, so I'll get some Fabled videos up finally. Sorry I haven't been able to do anything, but that's what girlfriends are like. So there we go. Rate, comment, subscribe as always. And one last bit, my friend's got a new channel. It's called The Spectrum. I'll post links and whatnot. Check him out because he's going to be giving regular updates on another Dragunity build. And I'm in talks with him of a Dragunity Fabled build that abuses Ravine, Fabled Cerberus, and Legionnaire to get huge +4s every turn. So keep checking for that. It's going to be on his channel. Peace out.